Enjoy the silence.
VonAllen Sports.
Enjoy the silence.
This is Patriots linebacker, Super Bowl 49 champ, Darius Fleming, and you're watching VonAllen Sports. Real and honest NFL analysis. Subscribe now. Join the empire. VonAllen Sports, let's go!
VonAllen Sports on Patreon. Fuck you. I'm joining.
VonAllen Sports. VonAllen Sports.
If you're not watching VonAllen Sports, fuck you.
VonAllen Sports.
If you're not watching VonAllen Sports, you know what?
Oh man, it's, you know what? It's good that we crack each other up. That's how you.
At least it's funny to us. We'll find out.
We think shit's funny.
Yeah, let's see.
I remember
like
I remember we used to get a kick out of when I dressed up like Cam Newton, and we'd just be like, man, this is so funny. Like we couldn't stop, and
Yeah.
we're just like, do people understand our sense of humor at all? I'm just like we're wondering like if we're understood or not. So
Yeah. Hey guys.
So look who's back.
Yeah, Nightwalker, Israel, Ryan Dyer, Tiffany, Anthony, Elf of Courage, John Thomas Chavez, and Ace is what? Oh, hi Tyree. Yeah, we got more people joining. Cool.
And if you're not joining this chat, fuck you.
If you're not watching VonAllen Sports, fuck you. That's our new stuff, guys. We'll let
Nice.
that sink in.
Now, that's our new. That's our new
branding.
It's our new branding, guys. This is our new Super Bowl commercial. So we're going to raise like $14 million, and this will be our new Super Bowl commercial.
If you're not watching VonAllen Sports, fuck you.
Okay. We'll see. Let's wait for the feedback.
Yeah. If you don't know what movie those two clips are from, you're missing out. Okay, you're missing out on one of the greatest movies ever made. Okay, literally. So, if Gord King was here, he would know. Is he here? So, but let's see the first person to knows what movie we took that from.
Yeah.
So, of course,
Yeah,
I
keep
changed.
playing every once in a while.
I changed it around. So.
Yeah. And we have our first super chat on
Oh,
Rumble, because that's the only place where we can do that right now. And besides Patreon, but Elf of Courage. So I'll let you grab that.
I got it. I just screenshot it. So that kind of sounds dirty. I'm gonna screenshot it. Oh yeah.
Does it?
I don't know.
I guess
Kind of.
I'm missing the nuance there, but
It does. Well, it does to me. Okay. By the way, guys, audio good? Everything good? Just want to make sure we got Milena a new microphone, so she's got a Sennheiser lapel mic purchased with you guys' help with your super chats and your Patreon things. We spent it wisely. I call it, well, they call it a lapel mic. I call it the booby mic. Okay. The booby mic.
That's pretty
now,
accurate.
just to let you guys know, so we're not playing around here, that was strategic on my part. Okay. So I'd say, what kind of microphone do we need to get Milena? Do we need to get her another Shure, like this one, the SM? So, no, she needs a booby mic. So, there we go.
Nefertiti mic.
Nefertiti mic, exactly. Elf of Courage sends a $2 Rumble super chat and says, today at my local state fair, I bought an authentic autographed picture of Danny Woodhead. Really? That's strange to find. Like, cool. Yeah. Now, I don't know, Milena, I don't know if you remember Danny Woodhead or not. Do you remember him? Or was that before you started watching?
It's before, probably. I mean, I don't have too many associations with him.
Okay. So, yeah, you might not have noticed. Yeah. Okay. So, everybody's saying the audio's good. So, we finally got it right. We have all the settings correct. Man, so we got started on this show. Me and Milena, we started working on this 2 hours ago. So that's why I started the show at 6:30 instead of 6 to make sure we got everything. So cool.
Yeah, because we have to be in 2 separate rooms and make sure
we're not
connects
exactly
and software and this and that.
Okay. So I just want to remind you guys real quick before we get started, because people are running late, it looks like. If you're a member on Patreon, if you're part of the Empire, you can see at the top of the ticker there, okay? I've given you guys names and positions within the Empire. So these are custom positions. I did them, it says house, next to your name, it says like House of. Like, for example, I'm House of Aeneas Plantagenet. That's perfect for me. Aeneas with the AE from Æron VonAllen. And Plantagenet, which is because I'm related to the Plantagenets of the royal family. People I knew personally, I tried to customize your last name for you. So like I put Milena and Bitcoin Motorist, they're from the similar houses. They're from the Byzantium house. But Bitcoin, Bitcoin Motorist, he's Armenian, and Milena is Bulgarian. They were both part of the Byzantium Empire, which was the Eastern Roman Empire. So they're from that house. But Bitcoin Motorist is actually Byzantium Neptune, or not Neptune, what is it, Mercury? Yeah, anyway, regarding the god of commerce. And then Milena is Byzantium Akhenaten, because her name's Nefertiti. There you go.
Oh,
see?
Okay, cool.
See, all thought out.
And where do we see this again? Because I can't see them.
At the top, the stuff going by at the top.
Yeah, I see it. So I see like Nightly Sinister, number 5. Well, maybe there's something I'm not seeing, but that's okay. Just as long as everyone else sees it.
You're not seeing it.
It's okay.
You're
Maybe
not seeing it because I'm an idiot. That's why.
Oh, okay. Hey, Justin.
It's the wrong ticker.
Yes, I see. Yep. So in the meantime, again, we are on Patreon, as you know, and when you join, you get entries to the quarterback contest. And the prize this year is an Xbox. What a surprise!
See, the reason I do Xbox and not PlayStation is because once you get the Xbox, I play Xbox. I don't have a PlayStation. So when you get the Xbox, we can connect as friends on Xbox Live. We can play Madden together. We can play Halo or whatever you guys want, because that's one of my favorite games. So I do that so we can connect better. So
cool. Yes. So when you guys join Patreon, which do we have the link there? Let's we'll share the link again.
Yeah, but I think it's working now at the top. It's working. So
Yeah,
see.
it's
Okay, so
working.
here we go. So pro consul Justin Chetlet. I think I've been pronouncing his name wrong. Now I think he's too polite to correct me, but I think it's French. I think it's probably like Chatelet or something, right?
Shedla.
Shetla? Justin Shetla?
I suppose, unless, yeah, Justin Shetla. It should
Well, he's
be.
here, so maybe he'll tell us.
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
fair enough. Okay, so we have another super chat. Look at that, Milena.
yeah.
The Rumble super chat is working. Oh, but by the way,
Awesome.
speaking of the other super chat, Alpha Courageous. So Danny Woodhead, Milena, he was this little white dude, little white running back. He was like this real little guy, but he was very tough and strong. He could take hits. He was like Edelman, like he could take a hit across the middle, but he was fast. He was fast like he had like a James White kind of vibe. Actually, probably more like Vereen. I'd say Shane Vereen as far as
Okay.
like. But,
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, he was really good for us for a while. But then they had to make cuts and couldn't afford him because his value went up. So he ended up going to the Chargers. But yeah, he was a good one for us. We loved him. So
Okay. Yeah.
it's
and-
Shetla.
Yeah, it's Shetla. In French, it is Shetla, but here.
See, I told you this whole time I've been saying it wrong for years. I've been saying it wrong, and he's too
But no,
nice to
but
tell me. Yeah.
He's saying in English it is Shetlet. Shetlet.
Well, I was still saying it wrong. I was saying Chetlet.
Oh, yeah.
So Shetlet. Okay. Shetlet. All right. Thank you, Alpha Courage Fest Super Chat. Oh, by the way, what I was going to tell you guys about the Patreon empire. You've got so I try to do that based off if I know you personally. I'll put House of something. If I don't know you that well enough to know what your interests are, I gave you a generic house, which is like a Roman god or a Roman famous person. And then if you come up with something that you prefer, let me know. But it's got to have a Roman sound to it or antiquity. It's got to come from antiquity. So like if, I said my house is Plantagenet. Well, I would take that and turn it to Plantagenetus, like you add the US at the end or something. Or Daniel Nightwalker, he's master at arms. I gave him that because he is the master of nuclear weapons and nuclear bombs. And so he's House of Germania, which is what Rome called Germany back in those times. So, but also, as a member on Patreon, you get a free super chat here. Just like it used to be. So when you were a member on YouTube, they gave you a free super chat every time, and then we'll put it up here. So make sure you use that.
One free per what? For
yeah.
what
So
period? Like,
so
per
if
night?
you've got a wrench next to your name,
Per
that lets
show.
me know.
Is
So,
it per show? Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
just
per-
like it used to be. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. 146 Zigzag sent us a $5 super chat from Rumble. He said, NFL just isn't the same without Tom. There are current quarterbacks I like, but none have the same aura as Brady. I imagine this is how a lot of NBA fans felt when Jordan retired for good. That's exactly how I felt when Jordan retired. And I wasn't even a Jordan fan, and it just seemed like something was wrong, But then I would say I felt that way after Jordan retired from the Bulls. By the time he came back to the Wizards, we had the Lakers. We had the Shaq, Kobe Lakers. And, I became a big fan of Kobe. So that carried it on, thankfully, But there's going to be like a year or two, the next year or two is going to be kind of weird. But then we're going to get used to it, kind of like we got used to Peyton not being around anymore. And there's going to be new rivalries, and they're never going to be the same, okay? You have to understand that Peyton and Tom against each other, that wasn't just a rivalry. That was the greatest rivalry in history.
Amazing.
Okay? Yeah, they're never gonna. You're never
History.
gonna have that. Yeah, it's never gonna happen.
We're lucky to, have seen that.
Okay. Yeah. So I agree with you. I'm with you on that. It is weird. It's kind of hard to get settled in. I'm trying my best, and right now there's some quarterbacks that I'm rooting for that I'm hoping does well. Obviously, I want Mac Jones to do well, but he just sucks. Okay, either he sucks, or he sucks right now. Either he just sucks in general, or it's the Patriots that's doing it to him. I don't know. I just don't know. I mean, maybe it was being in the locker room with Tom that made Jimmy and Jacoby Brissett and Matt Castle pretty good. Maybe that's the case. All I know is I want to talk to you guys about several things. I got a lot of stuff I want to get off my chest this week. So the first thing is with the Patriots. So if you guys remember, there was a book that Seth Wickersham, that's really his name actually, so I don't even have to make it, So there's a book that he came out with talking about Belichick and the Patriots, right? Brady and the Patriots.
That's right, yeah.
So he was reiterating something from a previous book. Do you remember that book I was reading a few years ago called Belichick? It was just a book about Belichick. Now it was unauthorized. Yeah, it was unauthorized. But he took it a step further, and he was talking about how the coaches and the Patriots, all of them, not just Bill, but the assistant coaches and position coaches, they all believed that they could have won those Super Bowls with any top 15 quarterback. Mm-hmm. They believed that.
Yeah.
Can you imagine the absolute arrogance, the absolute fucking arrogance, the pure arrogance, the pathetic, oh my God, to think that your coaching is so fucking great that you could just do it with anybody. Top 15, you know what that means? Do you know how many shitty quarterbacks are number 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15? Do you have any idea what you're saying here? You're calling Tom Brady a fucking average, borderline loser. Okay? And there's no doubt in my mind that they really believe that. Because you could see how the way they acted, and you could see how people spoke. They were like everybody else. Oh, Tom's not flashy, so it must be our genius. Our genius has created this. Yeah, where's that motherfucking genius right now? I'm just curious. Where's that genius since 2020?
Truly.
You're going in your fourth season without Tom. Okay, how about 2008? Everyone was talking about 2008. They all went 11-5 with Matt Castle. Okay, who fucking cares? You didn't make the playoffs. You had a cupcake schedule. You had one of the easiest schedules in Patriots fucking history. Okay, and you couldn't make the playoffs. I thought you could win Super Bowls with a top 15 quarterback. Matt Castle was a top 15 quarterback in 2008, and you had the entire 07 roster. Fuck you, Belichick. Fuck all of you. Fuck all of the Patriots coaches. Fuck every Patriots coach that's ever been there that believed that. You all are fucking losers, dude. You're all losers. All of you. Because that would have happened. Oh, they say the reason I mentioned 08 is because 2020 to 2023, we haven't had a good quarterback. Well, first of all, you had Cam Newton. You went out and got him for a reason, right? So you thought you could resurrect him. You thought your genius could make Cam Newton great, okay? And then you go out, you get a first-round pick that went to Alabama, that played under Nick Saban. By the way, the two other quarterbacks, his fucking teammates, are both balling right now in the NFL. So what the fuck happened to Mac Jones? You think Mac Jones sucks? I don't know. Maybe the Patriots did that. So what's your excuse now? Top 15 quarterbacks, top 15, right? You could win all those Super Bowls with top 15 quarterbacks. Fuck you. Okay? And you maxed out the cap in 2021. You went out and bought all these players. You overpaid a bunch of fucking half-wits and no-names. And now all of a sudden nobody wants to talk about it. Bill doesn't want to answer the questions. He doesn't want to talk about it. He tells the fucking the press, you know, that shtick works when you got Tom Brady, dude. Okay. Anyway. I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of these. Listen, ego has stopped so much greatness in this world. What stopped Belichick and Brady from sticking it out after the end of 2019, sticking it out in 2020, and then 2021, you come in guns blazing with all that cap room. You let Tom pick the players. You put all that money into it, and you win a 7th, maybe an 8th. What stops you from doing that? Ego. Belichick's ego. What's to stop Belichick right now from calling Tom and saying, hey, Tom, at the end of this year, I'm going to kind of bail out of here. Let's go find a team, a good roster that needs a quarterback, and let's just fucking light the league on fire. I'll let you do whatever you want. You can be offensive coordinator. You can pick all the players on offense. I'll do the defense, and let's just stop these fucks, okay? Let's keep the Chiefs from developing, doing anything like that, okay? So, Tom might come back for something like that, okay? That kind of, but of course this is fantasy. It would never happen. I'm just saying, though, that the ego would never allow greatness to come through, okay? Politically, Barack Obama, I told you this, Milena, the other day. Barack Obama, when he became president in 2008, when we won the election in 08, he swore in 09, he had the chance, he had the opportunity on a silver fucking platter to go down as one of the greatest presidents ever. One of the greatest presidents ever. Instead, ego, cowardice, and being a puppet stopped him. So he's going to be forgotten. No one's going to care. Oh, he's the first black president, Æron. No one's going to give a fuck in 100 years. Okay? They won't even know what that means. In 100 years, people are going to be like, what does that mean? First black what? Like, no one's going to give a fuck. Okay? 100 years from now, everything's going to be so, just intertwined. No one's going to know what that means. I mean, do you guys give a fuck about the first Roman emperor who wasn't Italian? Or, I mean, do you give a shit? Maybe they did at the time. Do you give a shit about the first pope that wasn't Italian? I mean, no, nobody cares. But at the time, it was a big deal. So you're remembered for greatness. You're remembered for greatness. And the ego is always stopping everybody. Ego, man. How many dynasties have fallen apart because of ego? I am sick and tired of people's ego. The Colts did it. The Colts thought, oh, we can just get a number one. We can get Andrew Luck. We can do it again. We can get another Peyton Manning. We can just run this back, and we've got 20 more years of excellence. Oh, they were so confident. They were so confident that they had it. Oh, we've got the right GM. We've got the right head coach, and we got Andrew Luck. This is going to be fucking outstanding. All the while, Peyton Manning is winning yet another MVP, breaking records on the Denver Broncos, going to 2 Super Bowls, while the Colts still haven't done shit. And for the last few years now, since Andrew Luck retired, they have been just nothing. Ego. Tired of people's ego. Greatness is being stopped. Greatness is being prevented. How much greatness have we not got to witness because of this? We have a new Patreon member, John Thomas Chavez. Now, John, I know John loves history, by the way. And for a young guy, he knows a lot of shit. It's amazing. He reminds me of myself when I was like 14, 15 years old. He's not that young, but I mean, when I was 14, 15, I would be reciting like Roman emperors and shit to my father, you know, like he'd be like, what the hell? You know, I just loved it. I had a huge interest in it. Never got a bad grade in history. But I'm sure he'll come up with something good for his house, what house he's from.
Yeah.
So going by his name, he might want to be House of Hispania. So that would be pretty cool.
Could be.
His name's Chavez. Spain during the time of the Roman Empire was called Hispania. So that's where I was kind of getting that from. So, and actually I need to give him a wrench. If you could dodge a ball, if you can dodge a wrench, you could dodge a ball. Standard moderator. Boom. John, you now have a wrench. You have a monkey wrench to throw in there. What's up, Nightly Sinister? Welcome. Brandon, the casual gamer. Let's see here. I heard that name before. You've been here before, I think. Okay. Let's see here. Let me catch up real quick, guys. I missed a few things while I was bitching out the Patriots coaching staff and everybody else for that matter.
Rent. The favorite rent.
Hey, so Ace says, any team Bill Belichick coaches, usually he makes quarterbacks worse and holds quarterbacks back. Bernie Kosar, Vinny Testaverde, Bledsoe, Castle, all played better without Belichick. So what we learned, what the hell? What we learned is Bledsoe had a lot left in him. So Bledsoe still, had some good years, some good seasons in Buffalo. Played in Dallas. That was kind of the end for him. But it's true. But they believe that stuff. Jalen says, thought Bill can't have anyone else besides Tom at quarterback because he is the only person mentally to be able to handle Bill's coaching style. And maybe I was right. It was Tom all along. I think that so far, time is proving Jalen is more correct than we were. I think recent history is the pendulum is swinging towards Jalen. See, Jalen was all on the other side, like full on, like Belichick just sucks. Okay?
Yeah.
We were more like, he's great, but you need that great quarterback also to take you.
Right.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
But
yeah.
the problem is that we have been so fucking bad. So absolutely bad. But Aaron, they made the playoffs. They got embarrassed. They got absolutely destroyed by the Buffalo Bills. So badly that some Buffalo Bills fans came on this show and showed their naked ass on my show. Okay? That happened. That happened to us. That happened to us Patriots fans. That shit doesn't happen to us. Okay?
Yep.
No, they've sucked, man. They've sucked. And Bill, I'm just saying, he could still do something, pull something out of his ass, and then maybe we'll change our mind. But right now, the pendulum is definitely in Jalen's going into Jalen's direction as far as the holy shit. He might just be mediocre. He might just be average. I don't know. I don't know what to say because
I think it's definitely above average. It's just that Tom is so important that
I think it's like this, maybe, okay? The system works. It does, okay? The way Belichick does. If you've got that dude,
Tom.
that dude that will sell it in the locker room, Okay?
Yeah.
If you don't got a guy who loves it, lives it, breathes it, and believes in it, you can't make it happen. You can't do it. And I think that's the problem.
Yeah.
I think that Tom was bought in completely, okay? And I watched an interview with Rob Gronkowski recently with RG3, okay? There's something about what RG3 said to Gronk, Milena. Don't let me forget to make that point. But the first point I want to make is, I think this hat is too tight. I'm getting a headache. Just a second. Take an Advil real quick. Okay. I don't know if I can adjust it.
Hey guys, look at the
Sweet
new,
relief.
What is it? VonAllen hat.
Okay. That's better.
Did
Yeah.
we make any of these hats, or
We're
this
gonna
is
start
just
making
one
them. Yeah,
test?
we're gonna start making
start
them, but you
making
guys
these.
have to buy them because in order for me to get them, I have to pay for them up front. I don't want a room full of merchandise. So if you guys are really interested, let me know and I will order them.
Yeah.
But Gronk was talking about Belichick and Brady and what it was like to play there. Gronk said basically, well, he didn't say, but he was alluding to the fact that it wasn't really Bill, like as far as what kept him in line. It was Tom. So he shared the story when he was a rookie and he was getting his ankle taped, and this is the first time he ever met Tom. And Tom walks up to him and says, "Hey, I'm Tom Brady." Everybody knows, that knows Tom. It followed Tom. I mean, that when Tom meets you for the first time, he introduces himself with his name. Peyton Manning does that too, because you don't want to just assume that you know me or whatever. Like you do that. And every player has always said that Tom walks up to them and introduces himself. He's very polite. And Gronk's like, "Oh, wow, he's a nice guy. Like, I know you're Tom Brady. You don't have to tell me your fucking name. You're Tom fucking Brady, right?" But then the first play, they go out there, they get a call, and Tom says the play call really fast. And everybody on the offense is like, "Yeah, break. Okay, let's get to the line." Gronk's like, "What the fuck?" Like, looking around. What did he just say? Like, it sounds like Chinese. Okay, he said it too fast. It was way too much. And Gronk didn't understand it. And so Gronk claimed that when he was in college at Arizona, University of Arizona, he was used to the play call being very simplified and said slower. And so he lines up and then he asks Tom, what was that? And Tom gets pissed off. Okay, this is Gronk's first play as a rookie, and Tom gets pissed off at him and then finally tells him again. And then Gronk realized, holy shit, it's not Bill I have to please, it's Tom Brady. Like, there's no difference. Basically, Tom Brady is Bill on the field. I mean, as far as mentality, this psycho competitive, crazy, everything's got to be right. And if you don't get it right, I'm going to yell at you until you get it right. And that's when Gronk realized, holy shit. Okay? So that's the key right there. That's the key. Mm-hmm. I do believe, I'll say this, I do believe that if Bill had done what I asked for, which was this year to call Aaron Rodgers, say, "Listen, man, come here. All right? This is how we do things. This is how Tom did them. If you buy in and we work together and we have our quarterback meetings once a week like me and Tom used to do. Okay? If we do all this, I think we can win." And if Aaron was willing to do that, if Aaron was willing to buy in and sell it in the locker room, I think we would be, right now, I think we'd be 5-1, maybe even, who knows, okay? But I think there's a chance. But you have to have that guy with the ability on the field, and he's got to be willing to buy in. He's got to have the respect. See, Mac Jones is a young kid, and nobody respects him. So it's a weird situation. So basically, Belichick is at the mercy of his quarterback deciding if he wants to be the leader of it or not.
Yeah.
That's not good.
I think it's like with every team, even in other organizations, there are people who are going to be a good match, to the coach, to the team, to everyone. But there are other people who are not going to fit there and are just not going to perform. So it's about that. And you don't know right off the bat. And we've also talked about Aaron Rodgers not necessarily being the type who might comply or listen as much to Bill as Tom does. So that match, I'm not sure how well it would have been. But Aaron's also changed in recent years, I think.
He has. That's a good point.
So who knows? That would have been interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a good point. He has changed a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, the younger team definitely could have learned a lot from him and kind of passed on the the torch. The torque.
Passed on the torque?
I meant the torch, to the next generation of players like Mac Jones and etc. But yeah, torque.
You're right. I think, and it didn't have to just be Aaron. It could be there's a few quarterbacks, and I'm not saying. Keep in mind, I'm not saying that they're going to go and win the Super Bowl. Okay. Yeah. Nobody. I can't say that because I've not seen it. I need to know. But we would be good. We would be good. Like people would be talking about us. Okay. Mm-hmm. And it's just. It would be different, right? So I don't know if even with Aaron Rodgers, if the Patriots' offensive players, they're pretty shitty. Okay, we got some decent guys, but we don't have that dog like Edelman who will go out there and die for Tom. Okay, Edelman was willing to let himself just get completely decapitated up the middle. The most dangerous position on the field is going up the middle for a pass. A slot receiver up the middle, that is very dangerous. That's like get your head knocked out off. This is concussion territory, okay? And Edelman, how many times have we watched him go out there and die for it just to make sure that's completed? You need guys like that. These guys are soft. They're pathetic. It's just... So I'm not saying that they would win Super Bowl, but Bill should have went all out. He should have. But see, ego. Belichick can't go after Aaron Rodgers. Do you know why? Because if Aaron comes in and they win, what's everyone going to say?
It's the quarterback. It's
the quarterback. It's not Bill. Yeah. Bill failed with Cam. He failed with Mac. And now he got Aaron Rodgers and won. So it's not Bill, it's the quarterback. So he's like, I've got to win with Mac. That's what he's thinking. Instead of just wanting to win, win, it's about him. It's about his ego instead of just winning.
It's like, I can do it again. Here's how I do it. I did that with Tom. Now I can do that with a young guy. And, that's his perspective. Yeah. It's understandable, but very seldom people are selfless,
But ego kept him from possibly getting a seventh ring. So it's never going to happen now. And it's just, but that's one reason why he wouldn't do that. It's... So here's what I'm going to say about Belichick. Here's what needs to happen. This is only going to get worse, guys. So we got the Raiders this week, right? And let me see what the over and under is. Okay, so it's Raiders have got a 3-point They're a 3-point favorite at home. That's normal. So when you got two teams, the public really can't pick between. You give 3 to the home team usually if they're if they're even. So no surprise there. But Belichick has a terrible history of losing to his former assistants.
Yeah. Something about that.
Why? Like, do you remember when was it 2018? We lost to Pat Patricia's Lions and they sucked.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, why? Why did we lose to him? I remember we lost to Josh McDaniels when he was the head coach of the Broncos. That was before we met. It was 2009. I want to say. Yeah. It was before. But yeah, I bet you didn't even realize that Josh McDaniels used to be the head coach of the Broncos, and then he got fired and he stayed with the Rams for a little while, just a real short time, and then he came back. So he beat us then, and that was when we had Tom, and the Lions and Matt Patricia beat us when he had Tom. It's very strange, this phenomenon, but if they lose this game, that makes us 1-5. 1-5, and guess what comes after that? I think we have the Dolphins and the Bills after that. It's possible that we start 1-7. Holy shit! You guys realize this? We could be 1-7 in a few weeks. Okay, so
Who's we? I'm kidding.
All right.
I
know
anymore.
I know how you feel.
I don't have a team. Don't know what I'm gonna do. I have to find out. I don't have a history of loyalty to the Patriots or anything. It was Tom Brady, so.
Well, the only way to enjoy football now, without the way it is to just, you can still root for the Patriots if you're a Patriots fan, but you've got to also enjoy the other like good quarterback play and things like that, and other teams, and you just want to see good rivalries and stuff. What you can enjoy is hoping that the Chiefs get annihilated every week, because I am now a full-blown fucking hater of the Chiefs. Okay, so
well, I'm wearing red. I don't know. We'll see.
No, that red could be
I'm
for
kidding.
Patriots. That red could be for Patriots. It could be for Cardinals or Falcons or anybody else. So.
Yeah, no, definitely not going to be a Chiefs fan. That I can tell you for sure. I just don't sympathize for whatever reason, multiple reasons. But I don't know. I guess it's interesting because it's kind of exciting. I'm going to have to find a new team.
Well,
it's exciting, yeah.
Okay, so
I'm just not feeling it with the Patriots myself.
Yeah,
so,
I know.
Sorry.
I know.
No offense to anybody, but
no, it's fine. Everyone knew that though. Everyone knew that. Everyone knew that you were diehard Tom Brady.
Yeah. So, gonna wait for his son to grow up, or I'm not sure. We'll have to see. Again, would it be good? I'm in LA, the local team or anything, but not feeling it either. So, any suggestions? Anyone else who's not a Patriots fan here?
Well, I thought, honestly, okay, I thought you were going to root for the Jets this year.
The Jets? That would have been funny.
I thought you were going to root for Æron, but
yeah.
It seemed like you were going in that direction.
Yeah, maybe Æron. Yeah, that's true.
But he's hurt now.
That's
so
not happening either. Yeah. So I'm going to have to explore.
Anybody suggest anything?
We'll just Yeah, if anybody has suggestions, I am down to consider. So, how do you pick a team?
Yeah.
Anyway, I think it's exciting. That's a new beginning, and it's exciting. See what I'll come up with. Josh Allen, yeah, Israel. True. I did have some hopes with Mac, but
Yeah. Sorry, I'm catching up here.
still putting teams all together. Just find another favorite player and root for whatever team he's on. Yeah, correct. Yeah, Jalen. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah. So,
So this is exciting.
I will say that for me right now, my favorite team to watch is the Detroit Lions.
Yeah.
And the reason I root for the Detroit Lions is because of Jared Goff. He got completely fucked over by the Rams and by Sean McVay. And I know I've said it before. I'll say it again. They could have done in 2022 or 2021 with Jared the same thing. Okay? It wouldn't have made a difference. The difference was that, well, had Sean McVay treated Jared like he treated Matthew Stafford. So he would never let Jared become a quarterback. He would never take his hands off the wheel. Sean McVay wanted to live vicariously through the quarterback because he wanted to be on the field.
Yeah.
He brings in Matthew Stafford, and Matthew's like, hey, dude, I'm a veteran. That's not going to work. I fucking do what I want, and I'm going to just play how I feel. And I'll listen to your play calls and stuff, but you're not going to be fucking yelling at me all the way until the 15-second cutoff. That's not going to happen. And Sean McVay backed off and let Matthew Stafford just be a quarterback. And it worked, okay, with a little help from the NFL. But we won't get into that right now.
Yeah.
But had he done that with Jared and just let Jared develop, Sean McVay is the reason why Jared Goff wasn't developing. It was his thing, okay? Jared goes to Detroit and is become his own man. He's now playing the way he wants to play. And look at him. Look at him right now. Okay? It's exactly what I said was going to happen. Last year I said, I know they suck, but watch, there's some talent. And then they had that run at the end of the year. I said, next year they're going to be good. And they beat the Chiefs week 1. I know the Chiefs are beatable every week, actually. But still, they got them. And they ruined their trophy night. That was the best thing, is that the Lions ruined their trophy night. So, fuck them.
I think I'm gonna may run like a questionnaire or a little trivia.
Poll?
A poll. Who are your top 5 favorite NFL players, guys, right now, regardless of your favorite team? So it's kind of interesting. We can just do it as a poll later.
Does this allow polls in the comments? Can you do a poll in the comments?
No, I don't think so. I just asked the question, but we could do it as a poll later on.
I can't start a poll.
You can?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's curious. Let's.
Oh, but the poll, I'd have to
try.
put the answers, though. It won't work. You're wanting them to answer, customized answers.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. It's also probably a good maybe future video of like, how do you pick a new team now that Tom is gone or something?
That is true. So
like
Eric
the
Cooley,
topics some people may care
asked you to become a
about.
Dolphins fan,
Dolphins.
which
Yeah,
is funny
but
because you
moved
lived in
Miami.
Miami. Yeah.
But I didn't watch football at the time. I had lots of Dolphin fans, but I didn't watch football back
It's
then.
not her fault, guys. She was dating a French guy.
Yeah.
He's too big of a homo to watch football. So incidentally.
But yeah,
so.
just not everybody watches football, American football. But I got into it afterwards, and because of Tom Brady and everyone, this amazing dream team, back in the day. But it was more about Tom, honestly. So anyway, I don't want to keep that topic for too long, but definitely interesting to explore.
No, you're fine. See what people's coming up. I'm just adding. I'm adding John Thomas Chavez to the.
Sounds
to
like
the
a real
ticker here.
baguette. The Gourd King. Give me our top
damn
5
it.
players, Gourd King. Help me out here.
I lost my spot.
Josh Allen's definitely one of them. So, start with a good player, but then there's so many other things that you have to consider. Gourd King, I'm talking about current players because I'm trying to pick a new team. Maybe. Who knows? I may end up with the Patriots, but for now,
Well, you did like Mac.
Detached.
You did like Mac.
I did.
Yeah.
I did, but and of course you have different criteria. Cute. How cute is he? No, I'm kidding. But anyway,
You said he looks like a baby or something. So.
But Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, yes.
You do
I
like Joe
agree.
Burrow, yeah.
I did like Joe Burrow. He disappointed me, but
I know. He disappointed all of us, letting the Chiefs get away like
he's
that.
still- yeah, he's still good. A big Justin Herbert fan.
I do like Justin Herbert. And actually, Justin Herbert is involved in what I'm about to say here after I get this
Brock Purdy.
sorted out.
Yeah. Miami greatest show on serve.
Yeah. Buy me some time here, Milena. I'm just trying to fix these Patreon things. So.
Yeah, Travis Kelce.
Ugh, what the
Not
fuck?
a fan.
Who said
I'm
that?
Not a fan. Ryan
Who's-
Dyer. I'm not a fan. Sorry.
Ryan, am I going to have to pull your monkey wrench away from
I do
you?
not want to mention her name.
Holy
This
shit.
News is all over the place. Joe Burrow. Mr. Pfizer.
Mr. Pfizer. That's right.
Mr. Pfizer. No thanks. Yeah, Justin Tabasio is saying Justin Herbert needs to go to the Patriots. So what did happen
Who said
with
that?
Aaron Rodgers, really? I'm sorry to be so behind on it. We're going to have to talk about it in a little bit then. TJ Watt. He's awesome.
Oh, yeah. TJ Watt is badass. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Travis
Aaron,
Kelce, no. Sorry.
Aaron tore his Achilles. So
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that just like a whole year, the whole season now is gone.
probably.
Yeah. Kelsey Swift. I think it's an arrangement. Honestly, they always do that with these
Yeah.
like celebrity couples
That's what
or
I said.
whatever to
Yeah.
bring in so much attention and money. Of course, all related. Ryan Dyer wanted to cause a rant. It'll be interesting. One of these days, I'm gonna have a rant too. Yeah.
Oh fucking no!
picking
That'll
up-
trigger me.
I'm picking up
That'll trigger me.
momentum.
Oh
And-
yeah.
Hey, you need to play the new commercials soon.
Okay. Oh yeah, we
So
got
that-
several people here, so I'm gonna show you guys. This
Hey,
is
guys.
our This is our
Yeah,
new
watch this.
Super Bowl commercial. So if you guys
Yeah.
can raise $5 million for us, if just $5 million, okay, we're
Yeah.
gonna play this for the
Not a
Super
cent
Bowl.
more.
So
We will submit that. On the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll play that.
If you're not watching VonAllen Sports, fuck you.
and we mean that sincerely.
Oh, really? If you're not watching VonAllen Sports, fuck you.
Yeah, here we go. Here's the other one.
VonAllen Sports on Patreon. Fuck you. I'm joining. VonAllen Sports on Patreon. Fuck you. I'm joining.
Pretty subtle, huh? What do you think? Gord King. I knew you were going to appreciate the subtlety of the ads. Definitely.
It's very subtle.
The angle.
I think it's very intelligent, like the way it's done. It's like, what are they trying to say exactly?
What are you trying to say here?
What's the
the context and the just a
like what's the deal? Mm-hmm. So, got a little bleeding going on there. Fuck! I need to get this thing closer to me so I can. Yeah.
Oh, we do have a nice super chat, but I will let you post it in a moment. So, and I think we're accepting submissions of your own version of this ad.
That's right. So Milena thought of this last night. So, you know how we always had the VonAllen Sports Let's Go, or the Torque, and you guys would send in your own versions of Torque. So, send me a video of you saying, if you're not watching VonAllen Sports, fuck you. Okay.
If you're not subscribed to Patreon, fuck you.
and you if you got muscles like that guy, you can even be smoking if you want. It's fine. So.
If you're not subscribed to Patreon, fuck you. Or something. I don't know. I gotta practice that. Do you like Taylor Swift?
Huh?
And I think,
who the fuck asked that?
I think they were totally banged, but it's not a serious relationship. Do I like Taylor Swift? Well, yeah, I mean, she's fine, and not a huge fan or anything. I don't hate her. She's a huge star. She's, she's fine. But
yes, but would you do her? That's what he's asking. No, okay.
I think I'll let that to.
I think what you said is correct, and I think it's an arrangement by their publicist, and the NFL probably paid a good chunk of money for this. And
they're just having fun, so why not?
Yeah. So,
But then again, you do have you posted it. Thank you.
We have a super chat from Rumble. By the way, guys, if you just go onto Rumble and there in the chat, you can send a super chat and it'll pop up over here. So, fuck
There's
YouTube.
The link.
Okay, so Elvin Curry sends a $1 super chat.
Fuck you.
If you're not on Rumble, fuck you. $5 million will be what the FEC
charges you just for the F word.
Charges you just for the F word. That's right. So that's right. So okay, guys, I'm gonna change that. We're gonna need $10 million. So if we could raise $10 million,
we can always blink it. We'll be like, whatever, and people will still get it. But
yeah. So just to let you guys know what we're talking about regarding the Taylor Swift to Travis Kelce relationship is that here in Hollywood, so we're in the entertainment industry here, and we know a lot of the same people, like publicists and people who are in the business, managers and things like that. And what they do is they put out press releases for them, but they will call. Have you ever noticed that a couple is at a movie theater or something, a famous couple's at a movie theater or whatever, and then somehow there's always paparazzi there? Well, that's impossible, okay? No one could know that you're going at this place in the middle of the night and then all of them. Now, sometimes they get calls and somebody tells them or whatever and they make it there. But there are times where it's just literally like, how did you know, okay? Their publicists will call the paparazzi. They'll call a number and say, hey, my person is the person I'm representing is going to be there, and they want the paparazzi there because it gets put on TMZ, it gets put in the papers and all this stuff. Okay. So that's one thing they do. Another thing they do is they match make. So they put couples together that are convenient, that are a good match. Now they have like focus groups and all this shit that put together, who would they match together? Like when they matched Justin Bieber with that one ugly bitch from that Glee or whatever the hell it was called. What's her name?
Who's that?
Um,
Oh,
yeah,
you
whatever.
mean-
Gomez or something.
Yeah, but she was cute when she was young. I mean, a few years back, she was really cute.
Okay, whatever. That's not my point. But
Selena.
yeah,
Selena
okay.
Gomez.
So yeah, I thought she was very average looking. But okay, anyway, it's irrelevant. But that matched together. That was perfectly timed for both of their careers, so that they fit.
Yeah.
in an analysis. There was an analysis done like these two fit for these reasons. Okay. Mm-hmm. And also there's outside influence. Like the publicist and the managing company of one person may pay the other person, the bigger person that brings along that. So in this case, Taylor Swift does not need the NFL. However,
The NFL
it does
needs Taylor.
but it does open up a new market for Taylor. Okay, which is moves her on not just from children and young girls, but to an adult audience. In fact, Taylor may be looking to change her image. She may be looking to make that transition to more of an adult image. And don't be surprised if she's doing the Super Bowl halftime in the next few years. Okay, so all that's thought through. On Travis's side, probably maybe he knew somebody who was connected to her. Or maybe she made a comment. If Travis may have made a comment like, "Oh, I think Taylor's hot" or whatever, and the NFL's like, if we could put that together, that would be great for us. It'd be great for the NFL, and maybe they give Taylor, I don't know, $10 million or whatever to do it. The point is that this shit is so fake. It's all connected, and it's not real. That's why they never stayed married. That's why they never stay together for a long time. Sometimes it works and it's legitimate. You can see that they just met like on a set of a movie or something. But these little connections that you're seeing, they're almost always fake. Almost always fake. So.
Yeah. I mean, they were set up somehow, and it's good for business for everyone. So, whatever. But again, to make it clear, Taylor Swift, of course, is, a very pretty and cute girl, and it works.
Okay, so just
Cappy.
just so I don't forget. So in that interview, I told you to remind me, and you didn't remind me. You're not on your game,
I have it written down
Nefertiti.
here.
You're not on your game.
RG3 to Tom. Yes?
Okay. So remember, guys, you can super chat on Rumble if you want. Join on Patreon. Joining on Patreon gets you a wrench. It's $5. It also gets you entry to the quarterback tournament. The quarterback tournament starts next week. Okay? It starts next week. Also, being a member of Patreon also gets you into the private signal chat that we have called Legion. You hear me talk about Legion all the time. You will now be a part of that signal chat. This is me talking shit to all the other Legion members on game day. Actually, we talk all week, but yeah. So don't forget that. Okay. So RG3 was saying to Gronk, he said, I don't think Brady would be Brady without you. He said, I don't think Brady would be the GOAT without you, Rob.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we have a problem. There's a problem with this. Now, I appreciate the compliment on Gronk. It's a great compliment, okay? But. Tom has more Super Bowls without Gronk than he does with Gronk.
Yeah.
So Tom still would have 4 and had gone to 1 without him. So he'd be 4-1 without him. And who's to say those other ones don't happen, just in a different way? So that was weird of him to say. It's not a big deal, but I needed to correct that. So
When did he say
Tom, Yeah, so Tom won the Super Bowl in 01, 02, and 01, 03, and 04. And then they lost in 07. Gronk comes in 2011. They lose. They win in 2014 with Gronk. But 2016, Gronk was not there. So Tom won that without him. So that's 4. 4-3. Just, I don't know. Would Tom be considered the GOAT still? Not sure. I don't know.
Not sure.
Not sure. Not sure.
Not sure.
Not sure. No.
Not sure.
Not sure.
Okay.
See, we're talking to
Those,
ourselves again. We're talking to each other. People don't know what we're doing. So we got to stop doing that.
I think someone might know. The Gourd King might.
Apparently, he's not see it twice anymore.
He didn't get
So.
he didn't get the memo.
He didn't see it once.
You didn't see it once? Idiocracy?
Oh!
Oh. That's crazy.
They were supposed to guess.
Well, I said that is pretty bad.
Yeah, so I'm tired of, But by the way, Edelman, when we lost Edelman, we lost the Super Bowl. Just, okay, so I don't know. But anyway.
Yeah.
The one thing that I'm getting sick of hearing is something that Ace mentioned. He said Brady's defenses actually were not that good. If people did research, they would see that. So they were not good at certain times. And, there were times even in the early dynasty, the early part of the dynasty, where everyone says, oh, it's all defense and everything, where the defense would give up a lot of points in the Super Bowl. And then Tom would have to, bring them back. And the Carolina Super Bowl is a good example of that. But people need to understand, they always say, oh, Tom always had a top 10 defense. I'm tired of seeing this on Twitter.
Compared to
X. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at his offensive ranking. It's always the top. It's always the top. So you need offense too, buddy. You need it's both. Like the defense can be great, but if the offense sucks ass, it's not going to do you anything. Look what happened when the offense was great, still normal selves, and the defense sucked. In those years where the secondary couldn't stop a nosebleed, you couldn't win, you couldn't get the job done. So it's they just look at that. Well, if defense is the reason, then how come these other guys don't have Super Bowls? How come the Ravens didn't win every fucking year? I'm just wondering. Like, how many 49ers teams have we seen with great defenses that couldn't close the deal? They still don't have a Super Bowl in this century. How come the Legion of Boom couldn't stay together? They got one, but they didn't have a shitty quarterback either. Okay, this isn't a 2000 Ravens situation. Where it's all defense and your quarterback sucks. It's not that. It's not one of those deals. But if that's the argument, it's so stupid. You have to have both. You have to have the offense and the defense if you want to have that sustained success. But going back to coaching, yeah, Big Ben. Why doesn't Ben Roethlisberger have more rings than he does? It's just. But going back to coaching, that something Jalen said a few years ago regarding Belichick. So we have to say, oh, well, it works if Belichick has this quarterback, right? But what about Joe Gibbs? What about Joe Gibbs, who was the Redskins quarterback, or Redskins head coach, who won with 3 different quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Okay? So maybe we don't give Joe Gibbs enough love. Maybe we don't.
So they're different scenarios, basically.
Exactly.
One
So-
time it's the player.
Yeah, so I'm
change
just
the
thinking. I'm thinking of the argument here. Okay, so I'm tired of
Yeah.
hearing. I'm guilty of it. I'm admitting I'm wrong. Okay, I was wrong. Jalen had been right this whole time. He was right. I for whatever reason he was saying those things. I don't know, but
Yeah.
what made him think that? But he's being proved right so far, unless Belichick just pulls something out of his ass. Okay, but. Right now, it's not looking good. What do we say about Bill Parcells, and what do we say about Joe Gibbs? I mean, Bill Parcells won 2 Super Bowls. Phil Simms was an okay quarterback. Okay, he was okay. He's not Hall of Famer. He was certainly better than his shitty son. Okay, but. And then you've got Parcells winning with Jeff Hostetler, the backup that took over.
Right.
Then you've got, so that's 2 Super Bowls with quarterbacks, neither one are Hall of Famer. It's not like with Bill Walsh working with Joe Montana, or Chuck Noll working with Terry Bradshaw, which, by the way, Terry Bradshaw is massively underrated. Okay, people talk shit about Terry Bradshaw. All they look at, people are so fucking stupid. All they look at is, look how many interceptions Terry Bradshaw threw. Look at his defense. Okay, first of all, it was the 1970s. Okay. All right,
Very different era.
you were allowed to butt fuck the wide receiver on defense. Okay, so.
Yeah.
Just come on, okay? So interceptions came quite easily. Also, Terry Bradshaw, two Super Bowl MVPs. 2, meaning he was the best player in the Super Bowl twice, okay? So that's something. And he's won 4. And he was also MVP, league MVP. So meaning he was actually a good quarterback. He had 1 year where he was the best player in the league. You say, oh, well, Eli Manning had 2 Super Bowl MVPs. Well, Eli Manning didn't have 4 rings, and Eli Manning was never the best quarterback in the league. Eli Manning was usually the best at throwing interceptions every year. Eli Manning has never had a season where he was a top 5 quarterback that anyone would say, oh, that guy is elite. So now we got to consider Tom Coughlin. How good is Tom Coughlin? Because Tom Coughlin was working with Eli Manning, and he beat Belichick twice, who had Tom Brady. So what does that mean about Tom Coughlin? What does that mean about Bill Parcells? What does that mean about Joe Gibbs? Joe Gibbs specifically, especially because he's got 3 with 3 different quarterbacks in the same decade of Joe Montana, John Elway, Dan Marino, Warren Moon, Boomer Esiason, all these dudes, Jim Kelly, the list goes on. How the fuck you do that? How do you do that? That tells me that your system works. That means that your system is it's stout and hardcore. Yeah, they had a great running game. They had that offensive line that could create holes the size of the Grand Canyon. It's incredible, okay? But that was without these elite quarterbacks. So how do we configure this now? What do we say when we're talking about great coaches? Tom Brady went on with a shitty head coach and won a Super Bowl his first year. Tom did not jump to an elite coach. All right? He didn't go to Sean Payton. He didn't go to to John Harbaugh or Mike Tomlin or Andy Reid. He didn't, one of the upper echelon coaches in our league, right? He didn't do that. He went to Bruce fucking Arians. Come on.
Yeah.
And he won the Super Bowl his first year. Bill has had the quarterback equivalent of Bruce Arians, and he still can't get anywhere. So, yeah, I'm pissed. I'm pissed because what the fuck are we? 1-4. I never thought I'd see this. Never. I just, even with Belichick, I think, we got Belichick. It don't matter who we got at quarterback. We'll never be 1-4. 1-4? Getting blown out 2 weeks in a row? That's where this anger is coming from. Okay? The Cowboys and the fucking, who just blew us out again? Fuck, the Saints. It's,
Yes.
the Saints aren't even anything. They're average. They're just an average
Not
team.
right now.
They're like okay. I mean, this isn't Sean Payton, Drew Brees we're talking about here. This is Derek Carr and Dennis fucking Allen. All right, come on, really? And they got blown out 2 weeks in a row. You got blown out. You couldn't even score a point. You couldn't get a field goal on the Saints. Oh, but Tom Brady needed a kicker. Adam Vinatieri, he had the greatest kicker. You couldn't even get your kicker into fucking field goal range. Every single thing people have ever said about Tom during his time with the Patriots is bullshit. All of it. All of the negativity. He needed this. He needed that. That. It's all Belichick. It was Adam Vinatieri kicked those field goals. Blah, 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 fucking blah.
Quarterback.
System quarterback.
And
yeah. Okay.
Hear the end of it.
You change the offensive coordinator. Boom. You still, okay. So he has Charlie Weiss is his first offensive coordinator, wins 3 Super Bowls. You change it to Josh McDaniels. You have an undefeated regular season. You win MVP. You change the thing again. You have another, you go to the Super Bowl again. You win MVP in a previous year. Then you go back to Josh McDaniels, and then you win, you go to 4, and then you win 3, and then you go to a new team with a completely atrocious fucking offensive coordinator, and you win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It's Brady, dude. It's him. It's him.
End of discussion.
It's end of discussion.
And Jalen is loving this. He's just, I love the comments. He's like,
Is he?
This is the best episode ever. He's like, I'm loving this.
Jalen's having his moment. So
Jalen, it's your 15 minutes of fame or whatever, 2 hours of fame. I don't know. But it's
unfortunately true. Getting blown out twice 2 weeks in a row. That's it. So
yeah.
here's what has to happen. Time has run out. It's gotten stale there. Okay. Mm-hmm. Bill needs to go to a new team and try one more time. So what he needs to do, if he retires, just goes into retirement, I mean, shit, it's over. Okay? Like, he's gonna be seen like this way, like what we're talking about. But if he can go to a new team, I have a suggestion, and make something happen. Now he's done what Tom did. Tom picked the team that he wanted, he thought he'd fit, and he went Super Bowl.
Yeah.
If he can do that, if Bill can do that, that's equal, okay? And everyone says, okay, cool. The problem is that Tom had to run away from bad player choosing. Bill is the GM. So how do you run away from yourself? Like, you pick a bad roster, you put together the bad roster, and now you're running away from your bad roster. It's very difficult. But if he wanted to do that, I would say go to it's not San Diego. Go to LA Chargers, okay? See what you can do. Okay, Staley is a shitty coach. Okay, he's a shitty coach, and Justin Herbert's career, he's it's just, it's not, it's going to be another Dan Marino situation, okay? And I'm not saying he's going to be as good as Dan Marino. That's not what I mean. I just mean a Dan Marino situation where he's so good that he's getting there, knocking on the door. Maybe Phillip Rivers is a better example. Knocking on the door, but the coach is holding you back, okay?
Right.
And that's what's going to happen where you just can't get that next level. Maybe Belichick can come in, help the Chargers win a Super Bowl there. Okay. That may help things, although people are still going to say, hey, you were the GM in New England, you fucked that team up. So whatever. That's bad. If he was just a coach, then he could use that. But he is also the GM. So that puts him in a bad position. But I think he should do that. The Chargers team would be reinvigorated, the roster, right? So they'd be like, oh, this is Bill Belichick. Look, man, this is Belichick coming in. We got to fucking, listen. We got to do everything. They're going to be intense that first year, okay? They're going to be excited. And the New England Patriots are going to have that change. And they're going to be reinvigorated from this new crop of people coming in. I mean, I'm sure with the Patriots, I'm sure even the secretaries are fucking bored. The secretaries are probably like, we lose another one? Yeah. Fuck, we suck. Right? I mean, everybody's bored. The fucking lunch ladies. Yeah. The lunch ladies are like, you know what? Fucking lunch ladies like, what are you doing? I'm putting some fucking Adderall in their mashed potatoes. Seriously. Everybody's fucking bored.
What if he goes to the Chargers? You know what?
What?
Maybe I'll even consider them as a team.
Belichick coaching Justin Herbert, that's a pretty good combo. Yeah.
Yeah. And they're local. So, yeah, I'm definitely rooting for that.
Well, he's
Let's
already.
Go.
I just see that
Let's
Gord
go,
King mentioned.
Bill. If you're not watching this, let's go.
Fuck you. So.
If you're not watching VonAllen Sports, though.
Fuck you. Okay. So, well, Gord King says Bill retiring helps his legacy. The more he loses, the worse it gets. I think that's already happened. I don't think adding on to this is going to change that. The narrative is set now. Okay, this is his fourth year without Brady, and it's 1-4. So he could just add another Patriots lost season next year and another one. It's not going to make a difference now. It's set. The only thing he can do now is reverse it. And that's by making something happen. So I think he should make a last gasp effort to go to the Chargers.
Yes.
I know he loves the Giants. I know he loves the Giants organization. He wants to go back there. But I don't. Daniel Jones is not the cerebral quarterback, the type of guy that can handle that kind of that thing. I think Daniel Jones would completely crumble underneath Belichick. But I know Belichick likes the Giants, but
Herbert needs you.
Yeah, Herbert needs him. Yeah. So that's a new quarterback. He's not completely fucked yet mentally. He's not been destroyed like so many other great quarterbacks that could have been by inept, stupid coaching. So that's really, I think that's Bill's only play now, is to make something happen. That's really it. So if he can go to the Chargers and make some noise there, then he can say, well, the other quarterback sucked. And it's not a great excuse, but it's something. Because if he retires now, it's over anyway. So. Okay.
And who do you think should be the coach for the Patriots?
The coach for the Patriots, wow. I think it needs to be a different approach. Like just something.
GM.
Just a fresh new approach. I'm not saying it's going to work. I'm just saying that it's run its course. But as far as like who, I mean,
Well, we can do that as an episode or something if you want.
I don't know. I'd have to think about it.
Think
Because
about
then
it.
if I say it and put it out there and it's like, oh, but Aaron, blah, 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 this coach, this, I don't know. So,
It'll be an interesting episode. I think. Maybe.
okay. Just a reminder, guys,
Now,
you can send super
if I
chats on
become a-
Rumble.
Yeah, or if I become a Patreon member at the whatever level, I can tell you what episode to make. What level was that? Let's see. Because currently,
That's the highest level. That's level 4.
I'm on the $10 level, I think. Which
Yeah,
is
you're
3
cheap.
entries
Yeah.
to the quarterback. No, I'm gonna upgrade. Upgrade.
The Empress is cheap. She's spending all
No,
of the
I need to
Emperor's money.
Upgrade, but
Yeah.
if I'm at the console
Upgrade.
level, yeah, uppgrad
Utgard.
was uppgrad.
Okay, so let's see here. So yeah, level 4 allows you to tell me what kind of video you want made, and I'll make it.
Yes. Yeah.
So-
it says you get 8 entries to the QB contest. You have at the console level, you get a say, highest rank in the Empire, and you call the shots on the next custom 10-minute YouTube video. So, yeah, that would be. If anyone's interested in that, of course. We do need to talk about the tournament. It starts next week. How many people do we have signed up?
19.
We already have 19. I know there's one more wants to sign up. So
Yeah, last
I mean,
year.
it's-
Well, the tournament last year had like 45 members or
Oh,
45
wow.
entries
Yeah.
or something like that. Yeah.
So if you guys are not a member on Patreon yet, you know that our YouTube membership is not working. So, you know, we posted the link there if you wanted to join, and you get to participate in the contest.
So Elliot mentions Sean Payton. I don't know. I don't know his situation with the Broncos. Like, I don't know if he can get out of that or if they can trade him or something. I don't know what the deal is. But before. Yeah, Luke, the Lions OC. Yeah. He might. Yeah, I can't remember his name. So, when in a minute we're gonna, because I know it's getting late in the show and you guys. So, before we make the picks and stuff, so. I just want to mention that Super Bowl 49. I just want to bring this up, okay? So, Pete Carroll. So, kind of, I don't think, I think I'm going to let Pete Carroll off the hook a bit. Okay, not completely because he's the head coach, but a little off the hook for what happened at the end of Super Bowl 49. Okay, so let me explain real quick. The outcome, okay, the outcome is Malcolm Butler picking it off and making a great play, right? It's Brandon Browner and Malcolm Butler having awareness of what's about to happen, okay? So Brandon Browner, he presses Curse, not let him through, and Malcolm Butler cuts across, recognizing the play that this is going to be a slant to Lockett, and boom, gets right there, and
Right.
and Russell threw it inside where Butler was tracking. Had he thrown it outside, although inside is where you want to throw it normally. I'm just saying, had it gone then maybe things are different. But the play call is what everybody focuses on. Belichick forced it. Okay? So, first of all, Belichick didn't call a timeout. Then he put in his goal line package, expecting Marshawn Lynch to run. Okay? So, he put in his goal line package. The offensive coordinator, Darrell Bevell of the Seahawks, called in a pass, that slant pass that got picked off, right? So they're throwing this up against a goal line package. Pete Carroll, you can hear him announcing on the headphones, they're going goal line, they're going goal line, they're going goal line. Okay. The sequence of events is Pete Carroll's sequence of, how they normally do things is we want to get as many opportunities and shots as we can. So before the time runs out. So you want all 4 chances. You know you're going to have to throw the ball if you're wanting 4 chances. Okay, at some point you're going to have to throw the ball. They decide to do it then. He lets it ride. I understand the thinking process there. I get it. Okay? But I think that Pete was just letting his coordinator just go with it. I think it was on autopilot. Like that's what they do. That's the plan. I don't think there was this great we're going to throw it to make Russell Wilson the MVP and all this shit that people say, and I don't think there was much discussion. I think it was protocol. I just think they know what to do in those. These are called situational football. He probably said something along the lines of, okay, guys, we need all 4 downs. We're going to have to throw it. Okay. And then Darrell Bevell says, okay, well, let's do it right here. Since they're in a goal line package, maybe we can catch them off guard. Just saying that it all makes sense. It does. It makes sense. Now, would I have done that? No. I never in a million years would have put the ball in the air. Never fucking ever. I never would have put the ball in the air. I don't care if I had fucking Brady. I'm running Marshawn Lynch. Okay? That's just what I'm doing. Fuck protocol. Fuck the getting 4 downs. If I can't get Marshawn Lynch in there with 2 or 3 downs, we don't deserve to win anyway. So fuck it. Let's just do it. Okay? Ride or die with your best player, right? Okay. So I don't agree with what he did, but I understand it, if that makes any sense. I just don't think there was any kind of evil process, we got to make this happen or do something,
Yeah.
I just think it was just like da boom boom boom, the clock's running, and you just do what you know. You do what you know. And that was their protocol, even though we all disagree with it. But I'm just saying though that I was watching Super Bowl 49 again, and then I was watching some interviews with Pete Carroll, and I kind of got an understanding of what really went on there. And I don't know. At the end of the day, Russell Wilson threw the pick. At the end of the day, Malcolm Butler bumped Lockett off and took the ball. Belichick decided not to call timeout, which kept everything chaotic, okay, and rushed. All these things happened at once, all of them. And it's just hard for me to say, oh, it's just Pete Carroll. Fuck Pete Carroll.
Right.
Yeah, there was a lot going on there.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then there's a lot transpired after that. Like, Brady had to get the ball out of that area off the 1 yard line. Mm-hmm. If Brady had gotten caught in a safety, that would have given the Seahawks the ball back. And now it's 28-26. The Seahawks only need a field goal. So you now the Patriots have to punt the ball, the free punt off the safety. And we saw how fast they got into the scoring zone at the end of both halves. At the end of both halves, we watched how Russell Wilson would just bomb that ball and they got back. So that play, getting out of keeping from a safety, that game wasn't over. So that was a big play too that transpired. But the Seahawks undisciplined and they couldn't handle the moment. They were offsides and then they started a fight and all that shit. But anyway, I'm just saying I see it a bit different. A little slightly different now. I have a little more appreciation and understanding for what the Seahawks are trying to do. I just don't agree with the call. I just wouldn't have done that. So
you're no longer thinking, oh, how stupid, they were and all of that, right?
Yeah. But now I'm like, I wouldn't have done
original.
that, but I get it. I get their process. Their process was that, and you're just doing what you know. It's just that what they know is wrong. Okay, you give it to Lynch. You do not put the ball in the air at the 1 yard line when you've got Marshawn Lynch. No, you don't. Okay, I wouldn't have put the ball in the air if we had LeGarrette Blount and that was us, and you had Blount back there. You give it to LeGarrette. I mean, you just do. Okay, but still, and also I think because of that call and Pete Carroll taking so much crap for that call has taken away how great of a play that was by Malcolm Butler and Brandon Browner. Okay? It's taken away what they did. It also takes away when Dante Hightower tripped up Marshawn Lynch and stopped him at the 1. Marshawn was going in. It was done. I'm talking about the play before. So that caused the clock to run like it was doing. That set up that situation. And Dante just barely reached out and tripped him up. So there's a lot of that whole end of that game was chaotic. Some people could say, hey, Bill Belichick should have called a timeout. He was letting the clock run. His defensive coordinator, Matt Patricia, was like, hey, what are we doing, Bill? What are we doing, Bill? And Bill's like, I got it. Okay. What does that mean? What the fuck does that mean? You got it? Oh, you're just letting the clock run down? You're not going to give Tom Brady, enough time to go get a field goal and tie it? And then boom, interception. Bill couldn't have known that pick was going to happen. Okay.
Yeah.
But I think that he just didn't. He saw the chaos going on, and he didn't want to let him off the hook. That's what he said. And part of me thinks he was a bit panicking, honestly. But whatever.
It's interesting to rewatch.
So there's a difference between what I would do personally versus what I think about what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeast mode. They went yeast mode. Yeah.
Yeah.
However, okay, I just want to also mention this. If Lockett scores, so Malcolm Butler does intercept, Lockett scores, everyone's calling him a genius. So it's funny, right? It's funny how that works. So if Russell Wilson completes that pass to Lockett, they score a touchdown, and let's say they go on to win. Everyone's going to call Darrell Bevel a genius. Okay? Everyone is going to say, oh, how great Russell Wilson is. Russell will probably be the MVP. And then everybody, including me, we'd all be saying, Bill, why didn't you call a fucking timeout, dude? What the hell is wrong with you? So I think it's just funny how all of that can change and the story would change. So
we have
a
super. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Ralph, for
Elbow Courage sends a $1 super chat from Rumble. He says, if you had VonAllen Sports shirts, I would buy a few of them. We can do that. We can get those made. Absolutely.
Yeah, we talked about it. We just need to see.
We just
use
didn't
that
know if there's enough
vendor.
interest to buy them. So
Yeah. We can do a little poll to see. I personally like this hat a lot. I think it's cool. So maybe we can have hat, shirt, something else to see what people would be interested.
yeah, that's true. So Elliot and Nightwalker said, and this is true. So at the end of Super Bowl 51, remember the Falcons Super Bowl, the big comeback. Brady did that. So he tried to throw the ball. It was a fade, corner fade into the end zone. Almost got picked. Again, I wouldn't have done that. I remember when they did it, I was like, what the fuck? What, like, just run the fucking ball. Jesus. Just, like, what is happening? I think I'm taking crazy pills. So, okay. So, let's look at the games this week. So Kansas City versus Denver already happened. I just want to say that the Chiefs are not that good. Okay? They are just not that good. And Patrick Mahomes, I just don't. I think if Andy Reid does not go up into the draft, I think, and Mahomes has to go to another team, one of the other teams that looking for a quarterback that year. Was it the Bears and who else? A few other teams. I think the best Patrick Mahomes we get so far all these years is Carson Wentz. I think that's the ceiling. Okay? And it's like, why do I feel this way? Because I went back and I watched a lot of Chiefs games, Andy Reid Chiefs, with Alex Smith at quarterback. Go back, guys. If you've got that NFL Plus or whatever, you can go back and watch Chiefs games with Alex Smith and Andy Reid. And notice, just, watch Alex. Everything Alex is doing is what Patrick Mahomes is doing. It's all there, okay? The fucking no-look passes, the shovel pass out from behind him, okay? The fucking bombs. Remember when everyone said that Alex Smith was a game manager and didn't have an arm, yet he led the fucking league in biggest plays, biggest throw completions? How the fuck did he do that? It's the same shit. The same shit. It's the same shit, okay? Alex is out there doing it. It's the same calls. It's the same maneuvers. It's the same line. Everything. Andy Reid is one of those guys where it is him, okay? There are teams where it's not the coach. It's Andy Reid, okay? Andy Reid is responsible for Brett Favre's 3 straight MVPs, okay? A fucking guy that nobody wanted, that the Falcons didn't even mean to draft. They were like, oh, fuck, we wanted the other guy. And then they send his ass to Green Bay. Nobody gives a shit, okay? And Andy Reid turns this guy, gives him 3 MVPs. He picks Donovan McNabb. Never should have picked him that high, but whatever. And made Donovan McNabb an actually decent fucking player, if you can believe that. Resurrects Michael Vick's career. Michael Vick has the best season he's ever had under Andy Reid. And then we realized if Michael Vick had been on the Eagles all those years, Andy Reid's got several rings. Probably. Who knows? We'll see. But I'm just saying, it would be crazy, right? Michael Vick's legacy is way different. Unless he did the same thing again. But, okay, whatever. That's beside the point. I'm just talking about on-field stuff.
Yeah.
So, then he makes like guys that are completely shitty that no one's ever heard of good. Like he had some like middling guys here and there in between. And then he gets Alex Smith, and fuck, man, Alex Smith is all of a sudden like throwing all this crazy shit, doing all this weird stuff. It's like, what the hell? Where'd this come from? What? It's like a new Alex Smith, right? And they had some tough breaks where their defense couldn't stop a nosebleed, like when they were up 40 something to whatever on the Colts in the playoff game, and in the I think it was a divisional or something. Wild card probably, yeah. And then the defense just came back and whatever. So Andy Reid is reliant on his defense. He's reliant on his defensive coordinators. He has to have a defensive coordinator. But offense-wise, he's a fucking genius, dude. He's a genius. He is our era's Bill Walsh. He is, and he changes. He changes. Okay, his offense has been altered. It's different. Like it's evolved. So he's changed with the times. Okay, so with that said, I'm not saying that Patrick Mahomes is not deserving of credit, okay, for what he does. That's not what I mean. I just mean that it's more Andy. But Patrick, where Patrick is complimented, is that he took what Alex was doing and took it up a notch. But this isn't my point is that this isn't some crazy shit that no one's ever seen, or where everyone's like, oh my God, I can't believe it. Have you ever seen this before? Well, look what no. The only difference between what Alex was doing and what Patrick was doing is Patrick sticks his tongue out. That's okay. That's it. Alex isn't show-offy. Patrick is. That's really it. Okay.
Look at that torque.
Patrick, better more arm strength, all that stuff. Alex processed the field better than Patrick does. Okay. But it's there. It's all there. Andy just needed that guy to push it all the way. But Andy can do a lot on his own. Okay. He wasn't some scrub before Mahomes came along. Okay, this dude was an elite coach. He was the legit, all right? It's not like Belichick before Brady and after Brady. Andy Reid has been Andy Reid for a very long time. So I just want to say that Patrick is not...
All Patrick.
He is not this great... fucking one of the best ever and all this shit and it's not there. Okay, it's not there. Somewhere else, okay, I know people said this about Brady, but the reason it wasn't true about Brady, well, first of all, Brady proved that shit, but it wasn't true before because Brady was playing under a defensive coach. Okay, so you couldn't say that about Tom. You couldn't say that about Joe. Why did I know that Joe was going to go off to the Chiefs and do well? I knew he would. Why? You know? Because I could see that Joe was Joe. Like his decision making of what he was doing. Okay? He could do it either way. So Bill Walsh left, and then you brought in Someone help me out, please. Who's the... Fuck. I hate when this happens.
George
Seifert.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, whoever said that.
Jalen,
yeah, George Seifert. Okay, so George Seifert comes in, and Joe wins again. Okay, and then he goes to Kansas City, and they get all the way to the AFC Championship game with a very... I think Marty Schottenheimer is a very average coach. I think he's very mediocre. The only reason that we even know who he is because he's had a lot of great talent that he just couldn't get over the hump, but they made him famous, like when he was with the Chargers. But I knew Joe had it in him. I wasn't surprised by that. I think Patrick is one of those guys. I think he is great where he is. It's the perfect spot for him. And as a quarterback, if you can get that, good for you, man. Okay, good for you.
He's got the.
Yeah, Eli Manning. The Giants were the perfect spot for Eli Manning because they weren't reliant on Eli. All they needed Eli to do was just be calm and just do his thing. Okay, it's a perfect fit. It's a different fit than Patrick and Andy. They're nothing alike. They're no similar. I'm just saying that when you put a guy in the right fit, you put Eli somewhere else where there's not a Tom Coughlin that believes in him and will stick with him. You've got a disaster of a career. Okay, so sometimes placement is everything. But Brady was putting up Brady fucking numbers and evolving as an offensive player under a coach that liked to run the ball and play defense. How the fuck you do that? What if all those years, he did all that. He kept up with Peyton Manning's record paces. He kept up with Drew Brees' record paces. Peyton was the offensive coordinator, so all he wanted to do was throw the ball. And Drew Brees was playing for Sean Payton, who only wants to throw the ball. Yet Tom, or Peyton and Peyton Manning and Drew Brees were playing in domes. And Tom is playing in the division outside in Boston against Buffalo and New York, all outside and all in cold weather.
Yeah.
And he's still keeping up with them under a defensive coach. So this is why it's not true about Tom, and that's why it never was true about Tom and why it was always stupid. Did I think that Peyton was going to go on and be good without the Colts? Of course I did. It was obvious. Okay, it was obvious. The Colts were the Colts because of Peyton Manning, and the Broncos became the Broncos because of Peyton Manning. It's obvious. And I knew that was the case with Tom. I knew it. Patrick's not that guy. Patrick is not that guy that can just go anywhere and no. He would, his defensive reading ability is garbage. Okay? Everything he relies on. Watch him, guys. Watch his next game. Go back and watch some from this year. Okay? Watch when things break down. The fuck was that?
Did something happen? Did I miss something?
I don't know. Some big bubbly thumb popped up on the screen. I don't know where the fuck that came from. Anyway, that was weird.
Oh, I didn't see it.
So go back and watch him, okay, this year. His completions. Look at his completions. These are wide open fucking dudes, okay? Wide open dudes. And they're first, second reads at most. And then if he runs around a little bit, yeah, he can make something happen. I'll give him credit for that. I'm not trashing him, okay? I'm just saying that what happens if you don't have this Andy Reid thing where everybody's fucking open all the time? Like this guy could scheme a fucking caterpillar wide open. All right?
Yeah.
Just fucking like, hey, I'm here. It's crazy. But what Patrick adds to it, and the reason why it's a different level than Alex Smith, is because Patrick is very good at improvisation. Okay? He's a lot like Favre. He can just, like everything breaks down. He could run around and make a decision and just go with it. And he's got that ability. It's all upper body, though. That power is upper body. That's going to leave him later. He's going to have to develop some other skill sets to if he wants to last 20 years. But anyway, it goes back to the game right now. The Chiefs could easily be sitting at 3-3 right now, if it wasn't for some really shady refereeing, honestly. But they're not that good.
Yeah, I know it's
and
that.
If the refs stay out of it, if they meet a really good team, they're going to get fucking smoked. Okay? If they somehow make it to the Super Bowl, which it's possible because their division, like they used to say about the Patriots, how come nobody's talking about the Patrick Mahomes gets to play the fucking Denver Broncos every year, the shitty Raiders all the time? No one says this. What happened to that, right?
Yeah.
They bumble their fucking way into a Super Bowl and they meet Philadelphia or San Francisco. They're fucked. Absolutely fucked. It's over. Okay? Again, without help. They're finished. They're done. In the AFC, come on. AFC, who the fuck knows? Who, you know? Hey, Amelia, what the fuck's Amelia doing in here? Hey,
I don't
kiddo.
know.
That's weird. Ramses must be with you, huh? He's got to be
don't
with
have
you because
anybody.
she's just running around.
I don't have anybody with me.
So yeah, just to sum up, so they're good. Okay, the Chiefs are the Chiefs are the
They're good.
Chiefs,
Yeah.
but
Of course.
they are not this elite, crazy fucking team that can't be defeated. They have a lot of flaws right now, and it's just, and also people are wised up to how they do things, and then you've got to change, you've got to alter that, and that's where that comes in. So we'll see what happens, but I don't give a fuck what people say about it. I'm just telling the truth. It's that's the truth. So
Right.
it is, whatever, you know. So, and I really can't believe that Russell Wilson sucks so bad.
That is a big surprise. He lost his momentum or something. I don't know what happened to him,
It's
if there's such a thing. But like you said, it's about finding your spot, and if it is a perfect match, you know, and that's also in life. Same thing in life. If you're going to be on the right
I'm not
team,
I'm not going to
or
fault him for
the right coach.
Yeah, exactly.
It happens for some of them. It happens for some. It doesn't. Like some players, there's some great players who just never made it to greatness. I mean, great, but to the elite, to the very top, because they didn't fall in the right spot with the right coach, right team, players, right time. You know, so these are the lucky ones who find that. Tom did. Patrick has found his spot, and etc. But like Aaron Rodgers, for example, I don't think he's found that. He's been missing on a lot of that. I don't know if it's just him or also those other factors. For
A
example,
lot of it's him. The Aaron Rodgers Packers teams were always pretty good. Like they were, you know, they would have their years where they were like awesome, but then there were years where they were okay. But he had his chances, and he had trouble a lot in big games, coming through on
so
big
you think
games.
it's mostly him in that.
Not
case.
mostly him, but I mean, like he's
big part of it.
Yeah. He had his chances, is what I'm saying. Like he wasn't working with scrubs out there.
Right.
It wasn't like Peyton. When Peyton went to the Colts, they were complete shit. Okay, they were just awful. They were awful. That's why they had the number one pick in the league. Okay.
Right.
So the Colts had to be built up with Peyton. He set the record for the most interceptions in a year for a rookie. A lot of people don't realize this, but Peyton's first year was that. Imagine that. So that had to be developed over time. But Aaron came into a different situation. Aaron became the backup for Brett Favre, a team that was already, you know, they were coming along. Okay, they had some bumps in the road, but you could see that they had a pretty good chemistry there, and Aaron was allowed to sit back. Also, they didn't pick Aaron until late in the first round. So it's not like they were garbage from the year before in order to get a number one pick.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes, the reason he didn't go to a shitty team is because the Chiefs traded up. So they jumped up into the draft to get him. So had they not done that, Patrick would have gone to a garbage ass team, and who knows what the hell happens. Okay? So they went into good situations, but Aaron didn't go to a bad situation. And when he took over a team that went to the NFC Championship game with Brett Favre. That's the team he took over.
So in case of Patrick, Andy Reid picked him. Yes?
Yes.
Yes. So that's interesting. Yeah, because in the case of Brady was already there.
Well, not quite. Brady was drafted by Bill.
I mean, when Belichick came, right?
No. Brady was drafted by Bill, actually. So Brady was drafted in 2000 by Bill. But the thing is that Bill... Bill
His
was talked
position was not
into drafting. Bill was talked into drafting Tom. He didn't
Oh, okay.
wasn't interested. So there was a guy named Dick Rabine who he passed away. He didn't get to see Tom win a Super Bowl. He died in 2001. But Bill didn't want to pick Tom in the draft. He didn't think they needed a quarterback. They had a bunch of quarterbacks, and they had Drew Bledsoe, right? So.
Right.
So they went ahead and picked him, but that wasn't Bill going and reaching out like Andy did with Patrick. Andy saw the guy he wanted. Andy's like, that guy is the guy I need, and he went and got him.
And
Okay,
he developed.
and he developed. Yeah. So there you go. I mean that's and good for Patrick because that worked out perfectly for him.
Yeah. He found
That's what
his
you want.
perfect
So-
spot. And he's got like one of the strongest team. He has amazing weapons and everything.
Yeah, well, he took over Alex Smith's team, Alex Smith's Chiefs team. That was playoff team every year.
Right.
So the Chiefs that were embarrassing us on primetime football, I mean, that Chiefs team. So
Exactly.
it was there. There was stuff there, but like I said, Patrick made the difference. So okay. So next we have Baltimore at Tennessee. So I kind of so Baltimore has been shitting the bed at weird times. It doesn't matter what year it is, what season we're in. Everything could be different. Baltimore is still going to be a weird team and very difficult to anticipate. But I don't like Tennessee either. I think this is a type of game that Baltimore can and should win. The problem, though, is that this is in Europe, so it's not like it's anybody's got a home field advantage here. There's no kind of anything, so it's a toss up. I'm going to go Baltimore here. Okay, Atlanta versus Washington. I like the Falcons here on this one. San Francisco versus Cleveland, 49ers. New Orleans versus Houston. I'm going Houston here. I know, weird, right? Miami versus Carolina, Dolphins all day. Bengals versus Seahawks. I don't like the Bengals right now. I'm very disappointed in them. I was expecting more out of them. They have to win this game, and I think they're going to beat Seattle here. Jacksonville versus Indianapolis. Jacksonville all the way. Minnesota at Chicago. Wow, this is the battle of sucky-ass teams. I still, I'm going Chicago here. I actually think they'll get a win at home. So Raiders versus New England Patriots. I'm going Raiders. Fuck New England. They suck dick, and I'm not picking them anymore until they show me something. So Las Vegas. LA Rams versus the Cardinals. This is a division game. It could be anybody's game. This is here at home here in LA, so I'm going to go Rams on this one. Philadelphia at New York Jets. This would be such an epic game if Aaron Rodgers was playing. But the way it stands, I like what the Jets are doing still. They're still playing good football and sound football and stuff. They got robbed kind of against the Chiefs. I'm not saying they would have won that game, but they should have had an opportunity to get the ball back. And then maybe they win.
Right?
Yeah. So I'm going Philly here. You got to go Philadelphia on that one. So Detroit at Tampa Bay. I'm taking Detroit all the way. Buffalo versus New York Giants. Buffalo easily. They're a 15-point favorite. Buffalo can't win this one. They're fucked. All right. Dallas at LA Chargers. That's Monday Night Football. If Dallas Cowboys don't win, I don't know how Israel's health is going to be. So I don't know if Israel's going to, what it's going to do. I don't like it. I don't like Dallas being out here on the West Coast. I don't. I don't think that they've got their shit together. I just. I don't know. Milena, Dallas, Cowboys versus Chargers at LA. What do you think?
I'm going for Chargers, but I don't know if they will.
I didn't ask you who you were going for. I said who the fuck you're
It
going to
has
win.
to happen what I want, It's got to be what I want. So.
Yeah, but you were the reason we
Probably-
lost Super Bowl 46.
And you're the reason we won next time. So.
Yes, and I'm the reason we won Super Bowl
Want to
20.
counter
That's it.
me here?
Super Bowl 49. But yeah, I just want to let you guys know that Milena's the reason we lost Super Bowl 46.
Yeah, got all the
It's her fault.
powers.
It's her fault.
Of course.
You guys
course
can
it's my fault.
you can say something to her.
Why
It's her
wouldn't it
fault.
be? Yeah,
It's your fault. Yes.
I admit, I'm that powerful.
Do you want to explain why?
No,
I thought
Just-
so.
getting a new Coke. The free Coke commercial as usual.
Yeah, they need to start paying me. Some bullshit.
Someone said thanks. F your opinions. Says thanks. I'm a Giants fan.
A giant what?
A Giant fan here.
You're a giant what?
fan. Someone.
You're a
is
Giants fan. Who's a Giants fan?
Yeah. F your opinion.
Fuck your opinions as a Giants
Who
fan.
is that? Who is that anyway? Do we know? Was it someone
Yeah,
we
he's been
know?
around for a
Someone
while. I mean, I don't know if it's
Oh,
a he,
okay.
but
Oh, okay.
I assume it's a he. Most women wouldn't have that kind of a name, but yeah. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, the Giants suck. They suck cock. What?
Okay.
I mean, they do.
You have to specify.
Well, why not?
Okay.
You know, it's true, and I think fuck your opinions I think he's gonna agree. They do
I think
suck.
you may have to play our commercial to F your opinion.
If you're not watching VonAllen Sports, fuck you.
I'm pretty sure you're gonna appreciate that.
Yeah. There you go. That was designed for you, buddy.
Yeah. Sincerely. Sincerely yours.
Yeah, the Giants suck, man. Like I changed Daniel Jones's name. He's no longer Danny Dimes. He's Danny Pesos. So that's
Maybe it's a Rubbles.
yeah. So, dude, that fucking TV makeup you put on my nose, it fucking sucks. It's like clumping up.
Why?
It makes it look like I have leprosy, and then I'm peeling.
No,
face is-
not
it's
on
like-
what I can
Okay.
see here.
All right, all right, all right.
At least you don't look orange like on TV. Most people on TV look orange.
I know, dude. What's with that shit?
I don't know. You got to get some of that orange paint.
Yeah, everyone makes themselves orange on TV. It's so weird.
Yeah.
Elva Courage sends a $1 super chat from Rumble. Rumbly doo-dah. I'm having fun tonight. This is a good show.
Yeah.
Who is the voice actor for VAS commercials? Should we tell them?
For which one? We have so many
the fuck
commercials,
you.
so many actors.
Okay. So, the voice actor of the traditional VonAllen Sports, the girl voice, that's Milena. Milena. Okay. But the fuck you voice, I think that's what you're asking. Mm-hmm. I created that. That's AI.
AI voice.
Yeah. So basically, the movie that these are taken from is a movie called Idiocracy, and I tried to recreate the original voice as close as possible. So, there's EQing and different things that you can do and repitching and stuff like that. So I tried to make it as much sound as the original. In Idiocracy, he's sent to the future, 500 years in the future, and everyone is stupid. Like, it's basically like the whole entire world is ran by Democrats. Okay? So, like, imagine Democrats running everything right now and then, like, having that for 500 years. So that's what it's like. And everyone's retarded. And there's a sign up that says, that's one of the guys smoking. It says, if you don't smoke Teratons, fuck you. Okay? Now, in the movie, that guy smoking the cigarette, he's the Surgeon General. Now, you know how on cigarettes it has the Surgeon General warning that says cigarette smoke can cause cancer and deformations and make your babies retarded or whatever the fuck it is, right? So that they put that there and it says Surgeon General warning. I can still kick your ass. And that's the Surgeon General, is the guy smoking. Yeah. And we just changed that line from if you don't smoke Teratons, if you don't watch VonAllen Sports. Okay, that was easy. So then the other one is where he's walking up to a console. I'll show you right here.
VonAllen Sports on Patreon. Fuck you. I'm joining.
Okay, so that scene is he's walking up to a machine. It's a Carl's Jr. Food machine.
Yeah.
And originally he said, in the movie, he walks up and says, Carl's Jr., fuck you, I'm eating. Okay?
Yeah.
And so I changed it to, if you're not watching VonAllen Sports, fuck you, I'm watching. We've got variations. So I've got fuck you, I'm subscribing, fuck you, I'm watching, blah, 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 right?
Yeah.
So,
but we also did our own options, which you haven't played yet. So
Milena made some of with her voice, and we got another one that we're going to keep under wraps, but it's hilarious. But once people get used to these and understand the joke, then we can change the voice to other people.
If it picks up, if you guys like it.
Yeah.
We had a lot of fun with it, so.
Oh, we have another Patreon member.
Oh, we do. Patreon members, welcome. Who is it? Yes, we did get dystopian ads. Huh?
Okay. Jalen
joined. Yay.
Okay, let me see here. Jalen, where are you, buddy? Let me give you a wrench. There he is. Okay. Oh, shit. Add as moderator. Boom. Thank you, Jalen. So Jalen signs up with the $10 tier. That gives Jalen three entries into the quarterback contest. It also gives you a free super chat, of course, for the episode. And a lot of other cool, badass shit. Carl's Jr. Well, he says, with all the love I had to join on this episode. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Well, I was just being honest. You guys know I always give credit when credit is due. And I always admit if I'm wrong about something. So. And we used to gang up on Jalen. A lot of us. Especially some other guys that used to be on here. Traitors. But yeah, and so we used to gang up on Jalen about his Belichick take, And it's like, how stupid you are. Not literally say that to him, but like how ridiculous he's being and all that stuff. And he took a lot of punishment. For that. And so
So did you
add.
explain well about the Patreon again for anyone who joined later?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead while I add Jalen to the list here.
Okay, well, I think I would just go over it, but you will say everything about the schedule of when we're starting and all of that. When was the last day to join? So basically, you join on Patreon, and we posted the link. I'll just repost it. There are different levels. There's like 4 or 5 levels here. First level, you get 1 entry into the quarterback contest for $5 a month. You, of course, support the channel, support our efforts, and at the same time, you get an entry and you can win an Xbox, and then we can play on the Xbox. And then you have 3 entries for $10. You have another one, 5 entries, 8 entries. And so I think the highest level is 8 entries to the contest. And then you always get all these other cool stuff with it, including, for each, you could just read it also. I'm not gonna, bore you with all that information, but if you're interested, there you go. And so regarding deadlines though, when do you think realistically is the deadline to join?
The tournament starts next Saturday. The show next Saturday
if
show.
anybody wants to join, we should kind of promote it until.
Yeah, we're going. Yeah, but they have up until that show starts, because I'm already going to have everybody ready to go. So they have to join before Saturday, or they won't be able to go. So every week when we're picking the new quarterbacks each week, if they're not a member, they're going to have to be like, fuck,
Yeah.
I just don't want people wishing that they were in the tournament, because last year was so much fun. And we had people come in after and they're like, hey, I wanted to be a part of this. How come I didn't know? And I'm like, I've been telling everybody. I've been like a broken record trying to say it. So,
Right. Yeah, now one more person wants to join that I know of, that I need to send him the link.
You talking about Angel?
Yeah.
Oh, he wants to join? That's cool.
Yeah, I just need to send him the link.
Okay, cool. So now I've got, so Jalen now should be in the ticker there.
Okay.
And he's got his wrench. Yeah, well, like I said, Jalen, you took a lot of shit. You took a lot of shit for your Belichick takes. So you deserve some props, What people do things and say things, and they're never held accountable later. That's one thing that annoys me about those shows on TV, the talking head shows, is that people make these crazy takes, and then or someone attacks the other person, and then when that stuff comes true, a week later or maybe even years later, nobody revisits the old stuff, and so we all look like geniuses because we're sitting there shitting on Jalen's, Belichick take, and he's taken that, and everyone watching is like, oh, Jalen's being an idiot or whatever, and then we don't bring it up years later when he's actually right. Then he just continues to take that and be seen like that. It's not fair, right? So that's what I mean about you got to bring it back. You've got to show, and that's what I do. So when I'm wrong, I bring it up about things and I revisit it and say, oh, fucking can't believe I picked that or I did that or whatever, Like I bring it back up, and that's what those shows need to do. They need to do that. You got to face the music when you, not only when you make a bad pick, but when you criticize someone else for making a bad pick, and you make fun of them or you talk shit about them because they you thought they made a bad pick, and then it comes true, and then what are you talking about? I didn't do that, Yeah. So that's how I feel. And accountability is everything, and that's why we like chess, right? Me and you, we play chess.
Yeah.
And chess is like what I told you. It's ultimate accountability. There is not a game of chess where you didn't make a mistake somewhere. Okay?
No,
if you lost,
me? Never.
if you lost, you fucked up. You fucked up somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay. Somewhere at some point, you fucked up and you lost, and that game is a game of accountability, and I think we should think of things like that. So.
But I seldom lose, just to make that clear, right?
Sorry, what?
I seldom lose on chess, right? Oh, we don't want to talk about it.
Are you talking shit?
Well, I'm pretty good.
I'm winning.
Kind of a novice, you know.
I'm winning.
Well, at the moment, but doing pretty good.
Are you talking shit?
Only because of the time. But otherwise, I'm.
That's part of the
anyway,
game.
We'll take that offside.
That's
we did.
that's
have
part.
another,
The time is part of the game.
Well,
What the hell?
no. Timing is not the most important thing. It's the moves too.
Elvin Curtis is a $1 super chat on Rumble. He says, we now have enough Patreons to pay VonAllen's rent every month.
Man.
Not even close.
I wish we were close to that.
Dude, we don't have enough patrons to pay for the fucking Xbox. All right?
Yeah, we don't.
Right. As of this moment, that fucking thing is coming out of my pocket. So,
Right.
and, but to pay the rent, well, in West Hollywood, California, yeah, we're going to need.
Anywhere for that matter.
We're going to
anymore.
need like.
There's not a single place.
How many
where-
patrons will we need? We'll need a lot. We'll need, yeah, a lot. So, but yeah, that's funny though.
It is funny.
Like Jalen just said, no way. Yeah, exactly, no way. So, besides, we wouldn't pay the rent anyway with that. We buy stuff. Like I bought the booby mic that Milena's wearing there. So.
But anyway, we were talking about merchandise also. We will discuss that later because there were some, someone showed interest also, Elf of Courage.
Yeah, yeah.
Shirts
It's yeah.
and
So
stuff.
I don't mind getting merchandise made. I just don't want to be stuck with
Yeah, we
a
have to
room
see, like,
a room
what's
full
new.
of fucking shirts and room full of hats and stuff that nobody buys. So
Yeah.
okay. Was there anything else I wanted to talk about tonight before we go? I can't remember.
No, not that I can think of.
I think I covered everything I wanted to bitch about. That pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guys, if we lose to the Raiders tomorrow, that's going to... Yes, guys, please, thank you, Elf of Courage. Please click the like button.
Thank you. Sorry.
I really
Say it again.
appreciate it. Oh, also, yeah, there is one more thing. So, first of all, the Tom Brady, my Tom Brady reaction video comes out actually in a few hours. As soon as I'm done here, I'm going to upload it. It's already been out on Patreon. So if you're a member of Patreon, you've been watching it for a week now. But I'm going to post it to YouTube for everybody. Another thing, let's see here. The polls. Are you guys getting the polls? So in the community section of YouTube and on Patreon both. So I take the results from both websites and combine them. But we're doing that, the poll of Tom Brady's best Super Bowl team, who's going to win. Right now we're in the divisional, we just finished the divisional round. Tonight I'm going to start the conference championships. Make sure you're joining that poll, and we're going to see who the ultimate Tom Brady team is. And then after the polls finish, I'm going to compile that, make a video out of it, and then I'm going to, point out the differences between the teams. And I also ran AI to make a choice. And we'll see how close the public was to what the AI thinks, and how close all that was to what I personally think. And we'll just have fun with that and see who is the ultimate Tom Brady Super Bowl team. There's 10.
Right.
There's 10 to choose from. And we got to find out who. So make sure you join that poll. That's, of course, free to do. It's on the YouTube community channel. So, all right. I think that's good. John Thomas Chavez. Hang on. Let me get this for you. John Thomas Chavez sends a Patreon super chat. He says, VonAllen Sports, could we take a moment to acknowledge how Alexander Volkanovski and Kamara Usman saved and improved the UFC 294 card? Yes. So real quick, what he's talking about is, so they're both of their opponents are not going to be available. So they took new opponents. I believe they took new opponents on short notice. Right? Or they came in on short notice. I'm not sure which one was which because I just saw the headline. But either way, they're taking the fight on short notice. I'm not really sure what I'm actually saying. I just know that they came in and somebody said something about that. But anyway, so they're saving the UFC and 294, and that will make it a much better pay-per-view. We might, who knows? Mm-hmm. But when is that anyway? I've not been keeping up with UFC lately. But
our friend who does keep
Roman,
up with it hasn't mentioned anything. So
he's not. We rely on him. Like he tells us, "Hey, Aaron, this is going to be a good pay-per-view. Let's get that. Let's get
Roman,
it." And
you guys have seen him.
Roman,
actually, here.
So.
But he hasn't said anything. So if you're watching, let us know. If we're gonna be watching this, right? It's next week.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Alrighty. Well, Milena, it's great to have you back.
Well, thank you. It's great to have all of you.
So we can expect you to be back from now on? I mean, is this going to be, or is this a one-off?
Whatever you want.
I saw somebody say something that they thought that you being around made me rant more, and I think you bring out. I think you make me better. Like,
okay.
I think I'm more fun. Okay, it's different when you have someone with you because
for sure.
Let's say when I'm bitching or ranting, your facial expressions tell me that I'm on the right track. It's like being live in front of somebody, in front of a crowd or whatever. You got that vibe, that feeling.
Yeah.
So I think it's much better. I think it complements better. I think it's overall it's a better quality.
Yeah, it's better when you're kind of talking to someone, or even if someone's participating not as much because you're the main figure apparently. It helps.
And I think the booby cam, the booby mic, I think that's a good addition. You guys want me to wear a booby mic too? No. So, anyway.
Hope not.
So.
Oh God.
So that's is that everything? Am I forgetting something?
Are you still working on a Deflategate video?
I still want to do it, but the problem is that pretty much everything has been said about that. Like, it's been documented and covered so well that is there anything I'm going to say that is going to change anything? But I still can do it. I still would like to. So yeah, it's not scrapped at all. So I'm just explaining why it probably took so long. It's taking so long. So there were other considerations. So I have an interview coming out soon with Jalen's going to like this. It used to be one of his kickers, Steve Cox. He used to play for the Washington Redskins, actually won a ring with the Washington Redskins. And on the show, on the interview, he shows us his Redskins Super Bowl ring. And he's got the Lombardi trophy, the replica Lombardi trophy that you get when you win the Super Bowl. So that's going to be cool. So I'm working on that. And also we got the greatest quarterbacks of all time series that I am almost done with. It's a lot of work. It's so many videos, so much work, hours and hours and hours. But it's got to be right, because I honestly think that other people might pick this up and might actually want to explore it, and maybe it could be something really interesting and good for the channel.
Right.
So, but also some news. If you use podcasts like Apple Podcast, these shows are now going to be archived into podcast. The audio will be uploaded there. So I just uploaded the first episode of this season, but I'm going to upload all the years, going back to the very first episode. So if you listen to podcasts on Apple iTunes, VonAllen Sports is there now. So you can search there and follow us on there too if you want. Okay? So
yeah, just check out the last comment also.
Biop said, indeed, I just felt like you'd summarize it perfectly and include everything. Okay, yeah, thank you. And by the way, have you ever thought about doing NFL history type videos? Oh yeah. Actually, so we have a concept we came up with. We don't have a name for it yet, but it's like NFL Time Machine. So what we'll do is we go back and we highlight great weird things that's happened in NFL history, but also the concept is to twist and bend history based on a what if scenario. But it's got to be within the confines of rules. You can't just say, oh, what if this guy was here, blah, blah. It doesn't work that way. Let's say, if you want to say, what if Dan Marino was the quarterback of the 49ers, right? You can't just put Dan Marino on the 49ers. You've got to have a reason. So were they looking for a quarterback and when he was drafted in 83? Did they have the means to do that? All those things, like it has to be based on reality. And then, so once you have that and you're confined to those rules, then you can come up with something you're going to do. Now, to further this and make it more realistic, I made contact with a guy as a programmer who programmed in all of the schedules for the last 30 years. So I can simulate who the draft pick would be if they had this player or that player, or how that would change the outcome and all this. This guy he's a genius. So I got that. So that's a new show that we're going to be doing. I'm not so sure that I'm going to be doing a lot more of the Basement Butthurt stuff. The Basement Butthurt was mainly me talking about how fan bases are butthurt, about stuff. But
now it's different times.
I'm not so sure that they're wrong anymore with a lot of it. Just saying,
enough.
They were butthurt, but they were butthurt for the wrong reasons. Okay, that was the problem. It's like that guy I debated. He thought the NFL was rigged because it was scripted and players were dropping passes on purpose and they're actors and all this stupid shit and like magnets in the balls, and it's just fucking like flat earth bullshit. Okay.
Yeah.
As where I was saying, absolutely, it can be rigged in certain ways. Is it? We have to look at that, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I'm not going to revisit that right now. Don't
the referee's taking
whatever. Yeah. So
decision. But that's plausible in that. I mean,
it's plausible.
Kind of regular stuff, not magnets.
I go back and look at that Rams Saints NFC Championship game for 2018, and that's got to be one of the worst misses, non-calls in NFL history. That was just inexcusable. And what would fix that is going back to, like I said, the refs should not be allowed to be owned and by the league. I'm talking NBA, NFL, MLB, whatever, every sport. I think it should be like boxing and UFC. I think there should be a commission. Each state has its referee commission, and your commission of that state is not allowed to ref games inside. So you have to go somewhere else, and you have to be. So I think that's so. Like if you're from Kansas City and you want to be a ref, you're gonna have to move to another state. You can't be You can't be on the athletic commission in Missouri and refereeing Kansas City Chiefs games. Okay, that's just stupid, right?
Yeah.
But we do need something like that. And honestly, if they did that, the sports would be, oh my God, it would take all of the guesswork out of it. Because then the coaches and the players would be able to talk shit about the refs. And let me tell you something, that works at the UFC. The fighters will talk shit. Even Dana White will say stuff about them. And that gets to the refs, and they don't like the pressure it puts them on, so they try to make sure they're on their game. Okay? Now imagine if quarterbacks and head coaches could do that without getting in trouble.
Yeah.
See?
Like if they can just say, shut
They
up.
can just tell the truth. Yeah. If they can tell the truth and say, look, I'm not talking about abusing them on the field. I'm talking about in post-game critiquing what they did. But you're not even allowed to do that. That's some shady shit right there.
Yep. So time allows, you can also do that video.
Biops. So I wasn't saying that game was crooked. Okay, that's not what I was saying. Is it possible? Of course, everything's possible. My point is that Sean Payton wasn't allowed to go after the refs. Okay, and if we were in a league where the referees would get shit for stuff like that, maybe they don't miss that call. Maybe they're on their game more or something, or maybe they get pressured and then that don't happen again. So that's what I mean. It's like it could be it's just a missed call. They tried to make up for it, and later on they made a ticky-tack pass interference call to try to like fix it or whatever. And then of course the Saints had chances, and then Drew Brees threw a pick. Michael Thomas was being a fucking idiot and let the ball get picked off. So they had opportunities after that anyway. So whatever. But so I'm just saying that it would be useful for the refs to not be a part of the organization that they're supposed to be impartial against. I think because then you can do what you want.
Their reputation will be on the line when you.
Yeah.
So.
Exactly. And
but now there's like no repercussion. Like what happens? What do you do?
Yeah, exactly. There's no penalty. There's no accountability. All right.
Yeah,
we've seen refs in the NFL be so shitty during the season, and then all of a sudden they're in the Super Bowl. It's like, what?
Yeah.
What's going on here? So yeah. Okay, I didn't know if you were saying that or not. I just wanted to make that clear, though, that was my position, that I wasn't saying that. Yeah. Either way. But yeah, and the idea about Bradshaw, if he didn't get healthy, would the Steelers have drafted Marino? They were interested in Marino, so that is a real thing. So that's a good example of what I'm talking about. So I would change the story. I would say Bradshaw doesn't get healthy. Now Pittsburgh drafts Marino. Now that changes everything. And what would that change? So I would simulate that season with Steelers having that. So that changes the season for the Dolphins. It changes everything. It changes the Super Bowl matchup the following year in '84. And you see, and we just follow that rabbit hole all the way as far as we can, as far as we can take it without it becoming just ridiculous. All right?
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about. We don't have a cool name for it yet. I think we were trying to intertwine Doctor Who and football with it. I'm not sure yet. I'll think of something, but yeah, it's gonna be a cool thing. So, and I think if we did the refs the way I want them to do under a state athletic commission, I think they should make a lot more. I think they should be very well paid. I think it should be a very high end job. Very, the NFL can afford to put money in a fund that makes this, all the money that they're making from gambling now that they weren't getting before, now it's legalized. All the endorsements, all that stuff that they're getting, they can pay the refs better through this athletic commission that I'm talking about. So there you go. All right.
Yes, the suggestion.
I guess, yeah.
Okay, let me post one more time the link to Patreon. And remember to like the video, the live broadcast, and subscribe if you're new here.
Okay. Talk to you guys soon. Thanks so much. And let's have a good football day tomorrow. VonAllen Sports. Let's go, baby.
Let's go.
If you're not watching VonAllen Sports, fuck you!
Hi, this is tennis player Mariana Dragic, and you're watching VonAllen Sports, real and honest sports analysis. Subscribe now and join the empire. VonAllen Sports, let's go!
Flag on the play if you're not subscribed to VonAllen Sports. But once you are, we'll make it up to your team in the fourth quarter. You're watching VonAllen Sports, real and honest NFL analysis. Subscribe now and join the empire. VonAllen Sports, let's go.
VonAllen Sports on Patreon. Fuck you! I'm joining.
VonAllen Sports. VonAllen Sports.